So this is the AS2 Pro Max bicycle tyre inflator from CYCPLUS. But don't be confused by or misled by this bicycle. This is more than capable of pumping up motorcycle tyres quickly. It is small, it is lightweight, and its footprint, as you can see, it's just a couple of meters basically. Anyway, I'm going to charge this thing up and I'm going to test it on my motorcycle.
Alright, so it's time to give this a go. I've screwed in the attachment, and this attachment as standard already fits trucks and cars and motorcycles. And on the back here you have a power on, which is the top button, and then you have a simple up and down to change the PSI. So it's a long press and it will come to life, and I've got 34 PSI in there because that's what is required for my 2024 Triumph Street Triple RS. So good to go. You've got power indicator there, got 3 bars. Let's screw it on, give it a go. Okay, it's showing 29 PSI. We want 34. Let's press the power button. Now technically you don't even need the tube, because you can place this directly on the valve itself, and it's got a reversible valve in here for the 2 common different types of valves you'll experience. But it's good to use the tube because it takes away some of the heat produced. This comes in this nice silicone case. I would recommend just leaving it in that. It's nice and soft and protective feeling, and if it happens to get hot because you're pumping up a lot of tyres, it'll protect your hand from any heat as well. But it certainly pumps up the tyre very quick. So they provide a nice little wet bag for this, so even if you have a sports bike, you can find somewhere on the bike where you can easily hide it and take it with you. And because it's wrapped in this kind of rubberized casing, a little bit of vibration shouldn't harm it at all, and you are good to go. Get yourself some bacon strips for repairing any puncture, and take this with you and you can be back on the road in no time. So I have to say, first impressions of pumping up the tyres on my Triumph, very impressive. I've used a number of smallish compressors. They tend to kind of jump about like they're having some kind of mental breakdown, and shake themselves to bits, or they're extremely noisy, or they get extremely hot, or they run out of puff quite quickly. They're also extremely bulky to carry, and therefore typically we end up keeping them at home and bringing them out, you know, once a month to check the tyres or whatever. With this thing, you can take it with you wherever you go, and if you have you know, if you're somebody that doesn't check your tyre pressures very often, you can still set yourself a reminder in your Apple iPhone to you know, check them once a month, or ideally once a week, or maybe even every time you ride. I do know some people that live in climates that such as I do, where sometimes it can be, you know, in the 30s in the morning and in the 60s or 70s in the afternoon, and that will affect tire pressure. And it's great having something that's so small that it can just fit in your pocket. There's no weight to it. It's very lightweight, it's very powerful, and you can just you know, adjust your tire pressures throughout the day if you really wanted to. I suspect most people would just check them once a week, and it's so small and convenient. The battery life is apparently extremely good, and it can go up to 120 psi, so it can certainly pump up a typical tyre on a motorcycle. And probably the average temperatures, or pressures rather, are typically 36 psi front and 42 rear on most motorcycles. Obviously consult your owner's manual, but initial impressions of this thing, extremely good. It's not cheap, is the only downside. I can't remember the exact cost, and I did get a full disclaimer, I did get a slight discount for being an influencer from them, but in no way am I beholden to give them a good rating or review. It's just my personal opinion that I think the product is actually really good, and is well worth the full MSRP. Even though it's not the cheapest one around, we typically get what we pay for, don't we? And this thing works. So I would say buy with confidence and be prepared for a little bit of a wait, because it's typically shipped from China, I believe, so it may take a few weeks to get here. If you've got a summer holiday planned on your bike, get your order in soon. All right, ride on people, ride often, ride carefully, ride on.
Hey you, if you want to become one of the Ride On people, don't forget to subscribe. Ride often, ride carefully, ride on.